Hello everyone, Ben here at Le Boca Sim Racing, and today we have 15 minutes of online racing in the BMW Cup Car at Brands Hatch Indy on RaceRoom. Now, unlike the last race we did, we actually get off to a much better start here, actually holding station off the line and then gaining a place into the hairpin down the hill here. And so at the end of the first couple of corners, we're actually up into 5th place. Nice move there, and feeling pretty good about life. You know, we've got a good chance of making more places up here as we get into the race. We had a very decent qualifying right up until this happens. We get an internet connection hang up, lots of stuttering for a good couple of minutes or so, which once it's sorted itself out, drops us to the back of the pack at the end of lap one. I'm actually pretty lucky that the game didn't crash. But anyway, we are at the back of the pack. Now, at this stage, it's safe to say that every fibre of my being wanted to quit the race in frustration. But in ranked racing, that comes with a pretty big penalty where exiting the server would see my overall ranking points drop significantly. So I decided to stick with it and see how many places we could make back in the remainder of the race. So it's going to be quite an attacking race. You've already seen there that we were able to make one place back pretty quickly as another Harrison who was racing made a mistake into the final corner, and I think he retired from the race at that point himself. So we've made it one spot. We're in 17th, but we've got a bit of a gap now to make up to the cars ahead. So it's going to be, pushing all the way here to try and get as many places back as we can. Try and just minimise the damage really at this point. We fast forward a lap or so, and we're coming round the hairpin now, and we see up ahead there's a car off to the left-hand side. He's made a mistake. Driver called Bad Driver, living up to his name. So that's another spot we've made. We're up into 16th, and we can see now ahead really clearly there's a group of 5 cars that we are closing in on quite quickly here. So we're lapping much faster than everyone else around us who qualified much higher up the grid than them. So I know we've got a pretty good chance of getting onto the back of them. The difficult bit is going to be actually kind of navigating our way through that traffic, because as we cut forward again, you can see that they are sort of fighting with each other really, and that is going to mean it's going to be quite tricky because they might not see us coming. So we've got to just be a bit careful that we don't go steaming in, and even if we don't do anything wrong, we don't get kind of collected into an accident that sets us back even further. So we just got to be, kind of a bit careful, pick our moments, but be quite firm and decisive at the same time. And when we see an opportunity to make the move, really go for it. So I'm thinking now I'm on the back of this car pretty well. I've probably got a chance under braking here to make a bit of a move. We take to the outside because he drives pretty well defensively into the first into the hairpin there, but we've got a much better exit. We're able to dive down the inside, and in the end he gives us the place relatively easily. I think he knows that holding up too much of a defence there isn't going to make that much of a difference, and sooner or later I was going to get him. We come now round into the right hander. There's a couple of cars going side by side, and I can sense here that something's going to happen, and it does. Somebody runs wide. It's a really tricky corner that it's easy to get put out onto the outside line, and then you're into the gravel pretty quickly. We get a better exit, so we're alongside another car here, and actually we're able to outdrag them on the straight, brake a little bit later into this first corner, and then up ahead another car runs wide as he's fighting for position. So in a very short space of time there, we were able to make up 4 places without really losing much time ourselves in getting past those cars. So feeling much better about life now. We've got a good 9 minutes left in this race. We're up into 12th place, and we've got one more car to pass out of that pack. Interestingly, this proved much more challenging to actually get done. The car up ahead is driving actually really well. We're definitely quicker than he is, but he's positioning his car well. He's taking some good defensive lines, and it's actually really difficult to make a move stick. I was trying to find different lines through the corner. You'll see here I'm in his slipstream, and then I'm trying to kind of pull a bit wider, take a sort of a wider line in, which will then hopefully give me a cut back as we come down the hill. but it doesn't really work. I'm able to kind of maintain a sort of a reasonable a reasonable gap to him of around 2-3 tenths, but actually getting past him under braking is proving really difficult. And we're all the time we're sort of trying to do this, we're losing time to the cars ahead, and our chances of getting into the top 10 are diminishing pretty rapidly at this point. So we're going to try and make one more move into the kind of back end of this lap. I am definitely much quicker than him through this particular corner. It's a tricky corner, but I get on the gas much quicker. But you can see there's just nowhere for me to go, and I nearly lose the car in trying to kind of not make contact with his rear end. So we're now kind of crowing to cross the line. Again, I have a look around the outside here. Can I get some sort of cutback? But actually I get it wrong, and he's able to actually kind of stretch the distance out between his car and mine quite a little bit, and that means we don't have a chance into this hairpin to make a move stick. So at this point in this sort of battle, it is just about trying to kind of keep the pressure on. I have to trust that sooner or later he's going to make a mistake of some kind, which is going to give me an opportunity to kind of get past. So now kind of cutting ahead with just 5 minutes of the race left, despite having fallen back a bit, he does make a mistake and he runs wide into that first corner. And now I've got to get this move done. I can't afford to stay behind him any longer. So I'm decisive into the hairpin, take the inside line. He doesn't really fight it too much, but he is going to try and have a little go back into this left-hand corner here at the bottom of the hill. He gives me a little tap from behind, but I've been able to position my car well enough to make sure that he's not able to get back up the inside. And finally, after a good 5 minutes or so of fighting for that place, we're able to get past. I now look ahead, and we've got a gap of around 10 to 11 seconds to the next car and only 4 minutes left of the race. So we've now really got our work cut out to try and get back on the back of the car ahead. We now are on the last lap of the race, and I've managed to reduce that gap down to about 4 seconds, 3.5 seconds. So we've been really putting in some good lap times. We've been closing the gap significantly, but I think we're just going to run out of time, unfortunately. We did benefit from another car retiring, so we're up into 10th place. And you can see we've closed the gap down even further into that first corner. And then something strange happens. So we come around the hairpin, and the car ahead is sort of parked over to the right hand side. Now I've no idea whether he thinks the race is over because the clock passed 0, but clearly you have to finish the last lap that you're on. So no idea what happened there. Bit of a free place to get back, and it just goes to show you should never give up. You should never look to quit the game, because you really don't know what's going to happen. And as we come across now the finish line on the start-finish straight, we've been able to battle back from 18th at the end of lap 1 up into 9th place, which it isn't what we hoped for when we started the race, but actually we've had a lot of fun battling through the pack. It was really good to kind of push the car lap after lap after lap, and 9th place isn't so bad given the disastrous start we had. So I hope you've enjoyed the race. Do like and subscribe to this channel for more ranked races and RaceRoom, and I'll see you next time.